Every once in a while, if we're lucky enough to experience it, I believe that God equips certain people to remind us of His character, His joy, His delight. When we are in the presence of that person, it's almost as if we've had an encounter with the one who knew us when we were knit together in our mother's womb. Someone that is so profoundly present that you can't help but walk away from them feeling like you've experienced the grace and goodness of the Lord. And if any of you have ever met my friend Robin, that's exactly how I'd imagine you to describe her too. Many of us have had the good fortune of crossing paths with Robin and Eric, whether it be through ministry or other endeavors. They've given sacrificially their whole lives, constantly putting the needs of others in front of their own. I remember meeting them at a pre-launch church service many years ago, and fast forward to now, I can see their impact weaved in and out of nearly every area of my life. About 3 years ago, Robin went in for her routine checkup to her local doctor, and after some irregular things showed up, they decided to do some more testing. And in October of 2015, Robin was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The median survival rate for stage 4 pancreatic cancer is between 2 and 6 months. Robin and Eric headed to MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas to receive a second opinion. And upon the results of the tests, Robin began extensive chemotherapy treatments. After the first round of treatments, Robin's cancer markers showed distinct progress. This was reason to celebrate. They eventually backed off treatments and went into a maintenance program where she was on oral chemo. After a season of good reports and visits, however, the cancer started showing up in other areas, and this required a few different surgeries. Also, the treatments were taking their toll on Robin, and she soon was on the operating table again for back surgery as she could hardly walk. And on April of 2018, Robin was back to her full chemo treatments. And on a visit to MD Anderson in February of 2019, over 3 years beyond her original life expectancy, the doctors did another scan and determined that the chemo treatments were no longer working and that there was nothing else they could do. As Robin and Eric began to look into other options and alternatives, a place called the Euromed Foundation in Phoenix was introduced to them. Euromed has an integrative cancer treatment philosophy that emphasizes strengthening the immune system. That's what sets their approach apart from conventional cancer treatments, which indiscriminately attacks both healthy and diseased cells, leaving patients vulnerable to recurring cancer and other health problems. On February 11, 2019, Robin and Eric headed to Phoenix to begin working with Euromed after a number of staff consultations revealed that they could, in fact, treat Robin's cancer. And after 8 weeks of treatment and a recent testing, Dr. Dean told Robin, "You're right on track. We need to keep doing exactly what you are doing for another month and reassess. Your biggest problem is inflammation caused by the sloughing of the dead cancer cells. And we know that the cancer is dying because the lab indicators have risen quite dramatically." When asked if this was a good report, Dr. Dean responded emphatically, "Yes, very good." So Robin and Eric plan to stay in Phoenix at least another 4 weeks for treatment, and then we'll reassess after that. While the treatments through MD Anderson were covered by their insurance, Euromed is not recognized by insurance companies because their treatments use a fraction of the chemo and other high-priced treatments of conventional cancer centers, and focus more on homeopathic, diet, and immune system buildup. Robin and Eric pay for it all themselves. Thousands of dollars every week from their savings, retirement plans, and ironically, accelerated death benefits paid in advance from life insurance policies. With lodging and low-dose chemo treatments, supplementation, vitamin C infusions, ozone saunas, electronic lymphatic treatments, blood transfusions, Robin and Eric are spending roughly $5,000 to $7,000 a week to give Robin an opportunity to win the battle against cancer. And if you know Robin and Eric, you know that they would be the last people to ask for help. They simply aren't wired that way. They are helpers. That's what they do for other people. So as they fight this battle thousands of miles from the place they call home, we thought it would be appropriate to organize an effort to overwhelm them with financial blessing and support from their friends, family, co-workers, partners in ministry, colleagues, and neighbors. Our goal is $50,000, and it certainly won't cover all their costs, But we're also believing that in response to the generous gifts we've received by knowing Robin and Eric, that we will far exceed any financial goal we set to support them in this season. What would it look like for each of us to be a Robin to Robin? Please join us in showing your support and love for Robin and Eric and make a contribution today.